Hello and welcome to Attacking Third, your favorite women's soccer podcast. I'm Sandra Herrera alongside Aaron West. We will be joined by Lisa Carlin, the hardest working woman in this business. She's going to be joining us a little bit later. You might have heard her on the call for Monday night's game against Angel City and Bay FC. Happy Labor Day to everyone celebrating. Hope you're enjoying what's left really of the long weekend, because not so much Sunday scaries because we're already on Monday. We're just plowing ahead, folks. We have to talk about all things NWSL week 18. We've got our biggest takeaways. We're gonna chat a bit about Kansas City Current punching their ticket to the postseason. We gotta keep an eye on Orlando because they're faltering and maybe getting hit with an injury bug. It's getting uncomfortable for sure. Chicago's doing some fun things, and we're going to talk about that too, and so much more. So make sure you stick around. We got a holiday edition of our NWSL Weekly Best 11, Coach of the Week, Honorary Captain, and of course, we just want to thank everybody for being here with us. Whether you're joining us live on YouTube or just listening to a podcast, welcome, welcome, welcome. And if you are joining us live, let us know how you're doing, how you're feeling in the chat, what games got your attention over the course of the weekend. And we always are filled with gratitude for you all when you're joining us, especially because we have an announcement. We are now a finalist in the People's Choice Podcast Awards, and that's thanks to you, the listeners. But we could still use your help. So if you voted for us in the last round, please check your email because you could be eligible to vote again. So if you have something from People's Choice, please click on it. It's not spam. It's a vote. Give us that final vote to make sure we get that award, because, we would like it. We like winning stuff here. We're used to winning stuff here, Aaron. We want to see one more, and I was also very happy to see that I was going to be on this show with you, brother, because I was like, not only have I not been around in maybe like it feels like forever, but I was like, man, I miss all my friends, man. And then I was like,
For
I'm gonna
sure.
do this with Aaron. Let's go. Happy belated, my guy.
Absolutely.
Happy belated birthday
We
to you, dude.
I thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I think we got Riley Tiernan here. I'm excited to talk to her. It's always good to be on Attacking Third. Thank you guys for having me as always.
Yes, do it, man. I mean, look, it's perfect timing here. We're gonna go ahead and if you're joining us fresh off that Angel City and Bay FC game, you come to the right place because we've got goal scorer Riley Tiernan joining us here on the show following that epic win. There she goes. How you doing, Riley? Welcome back to the show. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Pretty
Thanks for
pretty
having me.
good. Yeah, I was like just thinking about it. I was like, this is so sick to be able to kind of do this check in or this check back in with Riley, because I was like, we had her on the show earlier in the season, and it's just like she's just been balling out ever since. Just like, let's just start with that. What's the vibe check here for Angel City, because you're out there doing your thing, scoring these goals, and like now Angel City is finding ways to turn these scrappy draws into victories. How are you feeling?
Yeah, I think after last game, a win at home was a really good confidence boost for us. I think it's been a couple of tough games on the road we had prior, but I think just showing up to training, and I think the environment is super intense. But I think that's good for us. Each other better at training, so that when we go on the field, it's easy. So yeah, just coming off that win at home last week, we got a taste of how nice it is to win at home. Everyone's happy. So today we had that same exact feeling. So getting the result is really important.
Riley, I know you got family waiting, so I really appreciate you taking the time. First goal since June 15th. You went on a tear earlier in the season, and the goals kind of slowed down, but you've been working really, really hard for the team. What's your mindset going into matches, even if the goals aren't necessarily hitting the back of the net, but still working for the team?
Yeah, I think it's important just to have an impact no matter what it is. I think scoring goals is great, obviously. It's an amazing feeling, especially as a forward, but I think winning feels the best out of anything. So goals don't really matter if you're not getting the results. So just doing what I can for my team and working hard, whether that's applying pressure to the defense so we can pick it off and score, or if that's just pulling into spaces to open up space for other players. I think that's really important. So just doing what I can to be effective and to help the team get results. I think that's what I'm focusing on.
You got family in tonight's game, and you find yourself already several weeks into this season. Maybe you're finding yourself a little bit more familiar, not just with the club, but with the flora and the fauna of LA. Got any big plans? Any must sees for your family out there with you tonight?
Well, that was my boyfriend's family. They live in Santa Monica, so
They're gonna be taking you out tonight then.
yeah, I went out. We went out to eat once, but yeah, definitely want to meet up with them. It's nice to know some people across the world. It's something that you wouldn't really expect, but yeah, just trying to make as many friends as I can because obviously it's a lot different. Everyone I know is in Jersey, so but it's been fun.
I love that. I love that for you, Riley.
Riley, I don't want to get too tactical here, but you had a lot of joy kind of running into that left side channel. Was that purposeful in the game plan, or was that kind of something you identified early on?
Yeah, no, that wasn't something that we really planned for. I think what we focus on is just being interchangeable, especially the top three or top five, like the front five. So I think all of us just interchange a lot. Like MA was the winger technically, but there was a lot of times where we found ourselves switching, which I think is really good to be able to do that because it makes the defenders' jobs really hard and confusing. But yeah, I mean, I used to be a winger in college, so those spaces are I like getting down the line and stuff like that. So just seeing that space there was really nice and took advantage, and I think it helped us be successful.
I love that. Maybe looking ahead a little bit, this playoff push is in full effect for many teams right now, Angel City included. Big one with Angel City going up against Gotham, getting these 3 points. You've said there's a little bit of a mental shift that's kind of kicked in. How do you sort of sustain that going forward, knowing you're going up against a team that is kind of equally in a similar mindset?
Yeah, I don't like to focus on the team that we're playing. I like to focus on us, and I think whoever we're playing that day, it doesn't really matter. I think we're playing against ourselves, and I think showing up for each other and performing the way that we know how to perform is the most we can do. And I think if we do that, the result takes care of itself. So yeah, I think any team in this league can show up on any day. So I think just focusing on us and being consistent with the way we play is really important. And I think that's why we've been successful the past 2 games.
I love
Riley,
it.
I think this period of the season can be one of the hardest for a rookie because it's right around where you haven't played that many games as a college player. You don't play that many, so it's hard on your body. It's hard mentally. How have you found yourself being able to kind of maintain throughout the season?
Yeah, I think just taking it day by day is really important. I think I learned a lot from when I was a trialist about like just focusing on the next day instead of thinking about the future too much. I think when you look at it as a whole, it can be kind of overwhelming, but I think just showing up each day is what helps me get through it. Like, okay, like I'll have my off day, recover, and then show up to training each and every day and just perform the way that I can. And I think it goes by quick when you're winning games and having fun. So just keeping it like that is the plan.
I love it. Whether it's scoring goals or cutting up defenders, 5, 6, 7, 8 of them, it's Riley Tiernan with Angel City. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. We appreciate it. Congratulations on the win.
Thank you for having me. Thank you so much. Nice meeting you.
I love it. Good energy, man. Just casual, just like not on this mic like a rookie by any means. Just like fully locked in, and like you could see how and why it's paying off for
Absolutely.
Angel City. Like picking up these 3 points at this time of the season, crucial. You hate to overuse the word clutch, but it's been Riley Tiernan for them week in and week out, man, for sure. And you know what? We got another special guest coming back to join us who could probably help us close out and end cap this game because she was on the call with our friend Darian.
What's up, buddy?
Lisa
hey, friends.
Carlin made it back to the hotel,
up,
bud.
guys?
Happy to see you. How are you?
Yeah, you should have seen me rushing, packing up my stuff. It was great. I mean, what a win for Angel City. They absolutely needed that. I feel like we took a turn the last 2 games with the consistency we're seeing across all 11 players on the pitch and actually figuring out what they need to do under Alex Strauss and what he's asking of them. I mean, I know you guys just talked to Riley Tiernan and I missed the beginning of it, but guys, she was cooking tonight. She was cooking. She looked unstoppable in all phases of the game as well, defensively as well, like being the first line of pressure for Angel City, making it tough for Bay on the build out, tracking back, getting stuck in the tackles. It's fun for the young rookie to watch her.
I mean, playing with a purpose and playing with what's likely to be a bright future, I think, with Angel City. I'm going to give the editorial note here. We're all fully aware of the reporting and rumors attached around Alyssa Thompson. She was an excused absence tonight with all of the rumor mills flying around. Per potential departure to Chelsea. We are going to talk about it tomorrow, Lisa. Part of what we're planning for tomorrow's show, because of course, like, we never sleep, right? We're going to go ahead and recap week 18. And on Tuesday's show, we will be looking ahead, and that would include all of our thoughts and opinions on Alyssa Thompson Gate. We'll just say that. But look, Riley Tiernan, John's daughter, like, the players out here are like handling business and handling it kind of at the right time. I mean, the win tonight for Angel City basically keeps them in pace in this playoff push. They now sit in 9th place, 1 point off the playoff line, just behind Gotham FC, who we're going to talk about right now. Because I know that just might be your biggest takeaway this weekend, Aaron. Tell me why we got to keep the faith with Gotham after what they did against Orlando.
They look like they're starting to figure out the midfield piece. I think Josie Hasbo is so important. Having that kind of dynamic midfielder who can knit things together. Obviously, the goal from Jalen Howe was incredible. Sandra, you've been singing her praises all year. I've been singing her praises all year. She's such an underrated player. She's so calm in and out of possession. She cleans things up. She kicks people. I love it. She's such a force, but she's such a classy player all around. And that volley with her weak foot was just the cherry on top. And I'm liking how the kind of balance is with Josie Hasbo in there, and it makes everything better. It makes them create better chances. It frees other players up. They move the ball better. It's just a more free flowing Gotham right now, I think, and there's hopefully starting to figure it out a little bit.
That goal from Jalen Howe, Aaron, correct me if I'm wrong, we haven't seen that from her since being at Gotham, and that, which we did see when she was at Louisville, even at times when she got called up to the U.S. national team, like, we had seen her show that grit, that bite, that attacking energy that really has been hidden at Gotham. I'm hoping that game for Jalen Howe kind of cracks her out of this shell, perhaps, that she's been temporarily put in.
I love to see it. Aaron, you touched on it a little bit. We were even talking a little bit about it off mic. I feel like Howell's presence for Gotham has been deeply underrated this year. I feel like if Gotham was a consistent, maybe 4 or even 5 seed this year, maybe there'd be a little bit more attention or vocal praise around Howell's addition to Gotham in the roster and how she's been maneuvering things for them. But they're sitting with where they're sitting, but I'm happy that something like a goal maybe is making people go, that looks pretty effective here. But it just goes to show you, like, a player, maybe sometimes a change of environment is what it takes. And more importantly, like, being healthy, right? Like having a healthy season in front of you.
Being able to trust your own body is a big thing.
Getting the minutes, having the confidence, like we could see it for Jalen Howe this year. And listen, this is crunch time. This is the tough time of any NWSL season. This is the part of the year where you kind of need, those enforcer types to kind of get in there and get rough and tumble when they need to. And Jalen Howe's putting it together for them. On the other side of things, tough stuff for Orlando right now. We were obviously singing the praises of the front office.
I'm worried about this team, to be honest.
And the executives making the moves for Ovalle. Like, what's going on here, Aaron?
I don't think I understood how key Barbara Banda was to everything they do. If they're pressed high, they just launch it to her and she holds it up, or she can run in behind. She can cause chaos. She can dribble the ball. She can take on 2 or 3 players on her own. She leads their press. And they have looked like a shell of themselves without her, to me.
Okay, Aaron, yes, hands down, Barbara Banda is so influential. Orlando didn't look that lethal this entire season. They look different. They look like the air had been let out of the balloon. I don't want to put all the pressure on Banda. I don't
agree with that.
Want to do that for Orlando because the rest of the team hasn't stepped up all year. Honestly, I thought the injury to Banda would send a shockwave through that team of like, okay, we don't have our superstar anymore. Our goal scorer, the person that gets it all done. So now the rest of us have to level up. And then we didn't even see that against Gotham. I think this was one of their poorest performances in the
supporting
NWSL
cast has not been nearly good enough. You can't just be Marta and pray or Barbara Banda and pray. They lost a lot of control in midfield. I think
I think the loss for Adriana has been way bigger than perhaps Orlando and people anticipated. The trade sending her out of the NWSL in this offseason lost so much possession and attacking mindset that Orlando had last year, because when Adriana got on the ball, she was breaking a line of defense constantly, finding a player, moving the ball forward, as positive touches constantly. And to not have her this year, they didn't really replace her or anything that she could do. And they have dealt with a lot of other injuries, but to me, it's the Adriana hole that has not been filled.
You know, it's a major problem when any type of what appeared to be like a significant injury happens to Banda, and the immediate reaction was like, oh no, like the weight of that was much heavier than everything else. And I think that very small brief window of time before there was the season ending confirmation of the type of injury, the signing of Ovalle, like the relief that maybe sort of swept in with that for just a brief fleeting moment that quickly evaporated. I think honestly, once the news dropped that it was a season ending injury, because while Ovalle is a historic and record breaking signing that many of us are excited to see in NWSL, these were not the shoes that she was meant to fill. And
wait,
so,
Sandra, I want to ask you about Ovalle. I want to ask you about her and coming into this league, because we've seen what she can do. I mean, in Liga MX Femenil, absolutely electric, a goal-scoring machine, even with the Mexican national team. How difficult is it going to be for Ovalle to adjust to the NWSL?
There's always going to be a period of adjustment, I think. But I think there was also that hope that she is going to be plugged in with others who are excellent players, that there will be less of a gap to kind of bridge there. And that's no longer the case here. Like there's the hope that Marta's like finally post Copa America, like getting into these games, getting minutes on the ball, being effective. Banda being that player. I mean, this is a player that not only was leading her team in goals and other attacking stats, but like literally the league in some aspects. Like Banda was leading the leagues in like total shots at 71, and even injured might still be leading the league in that stat. Feel free to stat check me, but 71 shots through like 16 weeks is a hell of a lot of shots. So like the effort was always there. So I think to your earlier point about Adriana, like getting this extra component to make things different or look or feel different for this attack that has gone kind of stale or stagnant at times. And now it might just continue to feel that way as they kind of continue to navigate this season. I mean, I'll be frank. I've seen a similar movie. We saw it last year with Chicago. They stumbled into those playoffs.
There's only 4 points away from missing playoffs at this point. It's
Orlando
so tight.
They might stumble into these playoffs.
It would be crazy if Orlando drops all the way.
It will be very crazy, but this is
it would be very. I don't think it'd be crazy. I think it would be very NWSL.
That's the truth. And you know what else would be very NWSL? If Chicago makes it into the playoffs.
Are you guys up on here, Lisa?
Just saying, it could absolutely happen.
It could happen. I've been on this train for a long time. I'm telling you.
I think this might be my Tia, because that was my biggest takeaway of this weekend. Because listen, there's no other person that needs to come out to this episode right now and talk about Chicago's current run of form. Would it be nice if some of those draws were wins? Sure, of course, why not? But In the meantime, I'm absolutely here for this Chicago Stars teams that does not need an invite to the party, because they show up and knock on your door and say, we brought it. What do you mean we're not invited? We brought the party.
We are the party.
Let's
They're
go.
playing with such a freedom. I
Let's
love it.
go.
They're motivated. They're reorganized under Ellen Master. They all know exactly what they're supposed to be doing. They're fighting for each other. And Ludmila is just nice. She's just so ridiculously
Incredible
nice. She's
stuff.
so fun to watch.
Not only is it 5 consecutive draws for this Chicago team, but Ludmila now launches herself into the Golden Boot conversation. Like, we're talking a player 5 goals in August. If Ludmila does not walk away with the August Player of the Month, I'm gonna have more things to say on this show. But just incredible month for her, fastest hat trick ever, in league history, and then to continue the streak. And it's not just any draw; it's like another come from behind draw for this Chicago team. When Ella Masser was on that mic in a press conference and said, "This Chicago," I felt that in my spirit, because I was just like, yes, it is.
So that's the thing with Chicago, Sandra. I'm loving what this team is bringing every single week. But in those 5 draws, they have conceded first every single time.
Yep.
I'm okay with their next game being a draw. I just want them to score first.
Yeah.
I just want them to start on the front foot. I just want this Chicago team to slap Orlando in the face next week when they play them, when they welcome them to SeaKey Stadium. And that, to me, is going to be the next evolution of this team.
It's going to be interesting, because it's another
potatoes, but...
Well, it's going to be interesting because next week is one of these, another one of these, unique, potentially one-off type of things for the NWSL. Chicago is going to be playing in Evanston at Northwestern University. They're calling it a lakefront, event. They're bringing in Orlando, and now they're going to be facing an Orlando side that is going through some things of their own. Like, is this enough? Has enough time elapsed, and have things been figured out where we will see Ovalle available, for this game? It's something that folks, I'm sure, will keep an eye on. Also, I'm sorry, playing right off the lake, you're just inviting some shenanigans with that wind.
Absolutely.
We'll see. So we'll see what happens. Alyssa Mayer might need to have herself a game once again, but we'll see.
Shenanigans.
That wind is crazy. I've played on that field in college when we played against Northwestern. That wind is crazy. It's beautiful though, but hey, better to play there in September than November.
I hear you. At least I don't know what we'll see. We might be back here, next week recapping maybe more of the same for either of these teams, right? It'll be an interesting matchup for sure. Lisa, I don't know if this is, your biggest takeaway, but I'm curious to hear your aspect, because you were literally there in Kansas City, Kansas City getting a playoff berth before it's even September. This team is something else.
Guys, they are so good. And what's crazy about Kansas City is that they are very confident in their abilities and what they're doing. I got to go to training, match day -1 for Kansas City, and watch this team. And they are so intense, and they work hard, and they know what they need to do on the pitch, but they're having fun. They're yelling and screaming at training. They're scoring goals and doing celebrations at training. They are a team that is just so confident in everything that they're doing. And it shows on the pitch. And even throughout that game against North Carolina, it got sloppy in the second half. It was not all gorgeous for the Current, but they still knew, we're going to win. We're going to win this game. We have to. That's all we do is win. And to clinch it as early as they did, right? It's the same record as last year, Orlando's Pride. And there's so much about this Kansas City team and their depth and what they're doing. But one of the scariest things is after this game, I'm hanging on the field, and Vlatko Ananovsky comes up to me and he's like, "Hey, Lise, we did it." He's so happy, guys. He gives me a hug. He's talking to me about the game. And he told us that they were going to try to do man-to-man against North Carolina. And we said, why? He said, well, why not? We got to try it. We're going to try some new defensive things before the postseason comes in. And he said that he gave this challenge to the players. We're going to go man-to-man all over the field, high press. If you go back and watch this game, you'll see it. And the players, he said, we're going to see how it works for 10 minutes, for 20 minutes, for 30 minutes, and then we might change. And he told the players this. And they looked at him and said, challenge accepted. We are going to run nonstop. We want to execute man-to-man and make it so we have another defensive tool in our arsenal for the postseason, for whatever's coming. And guys, they did it. They did it so well. They frustrated
what a luxury to be able to run like glorified training sessions for a few weeks before playoffs.
Now, exactly. Aaron, exactly. And no, absolutely no disrespect to North Carolina or Nathan Thackeray, because Vlatko said that as well. He said, we actually choose to do it against a North Carolina team that is so good in possession and is so good on the build out. How do we do managing all their player movements, their number rotation, their numerical overloads that they have centrally with so many different players rotating in? That's why he chose this game. But literally, they just tried something and it worked. They got a couple goals off of it and they played the whole game. 90 minutes running man-to-man.
That's the lore though for me though, man. Like it's building itself like in real time for this Kansas City team. It's just like, you know what? We're a little bit aware of how good we are. It's time to maybe, shift things a little bit since we're heading in the right direction. I mean, you have to have that confidence in your ability. Whether it's on the coaching staff side of things and your players, and for the players themselves to just sort of take that on and say, yeah, okay, sure. Let's do this. I am curious though, Lisa, because we were talking about this a little bit with Orlando. Temwa Chewinga came out of this game. Michelle Cooper left this game with an injury. I couldn't help but think of the timing of things. These are long seasons in NWSL. And sometimes we see those elite teams have to deal with those kinds of things. We even saw Kansas City have to manage Chewinga a little bit down the stretch last season as well. We've been singing this team's praises all year from front to end. Forward line, midfield line, defender line. My goodness, we haven't even talked about Izzy Rodriguez yet. An incredible game that she had for them, getting that goal and cutting things up on the back line. But if there is some player management that needs to come into play for Kansas City while they are trying to, let's say, try some stuff, do they have enough of a build here? Do they have enough of the personnel? Is the roster deep enough to kind of sustain the what ifs?
Yeah, absolutely. And that is a concern, I think, for every coach in the NWSL. I will say Michelle Cooper, she went down and out of the game with an injury. She seemed fine after the game. I don't have any confirmation from the club or from Coop yet, but she seemed fine. She was walking around signing autographs, hanging out with screaming girls. It was fun. Meanwhile, Temwa Chewinga, she rolled her ankle and went immediately back into the locker room. She actually didn't come back out onto the pitch after the game, even to be with the team. So I haven't seen her since she went back into the locker room. But Bia did not check into this game until the 86th minute. So she played like 5 minutes at the end of the game. That is 86 minutes of rest for Bia, who was a player that also had to manage minutes last year. So it's almost like you lose one, but you gain one. Think of all the rest that Bia got in this game. And Ali Sentnor, guys, we can't forget Ali Sentnor. She's building up minutes. She's building up consistency, more trainings with Kansas City. And Vlatko told me that she's still getting on the same page as the team and what they want to do, understanding the tactics. He said that 2 games ago, there was a moment where Ali Sentnor got the ball and she took a couple steps forward and then she cut it back and looked to recycle. And the rest of the team was like, whoa, Ali, what are you doing? We go forward. Like, we don't let the line of defense that we just blew past catch back up to us. Like, keep going. Yeah. So it's little things like that, little wrinkles into the game that Ali Sentnor is going to get more comfortable with. But honestly, I'm not worried about Kansas City. They also just got Gabby Robinson back. Now, yes, out on a red card last week, but that's another depth player for them. And they got North Carolina got Peyton Linehan coming into this game. Like, I think that there's just going to be, Kansas City's going to be fine. They're going to be fine. They now get to coast into the playoffs to some extent.
Lisa's putting out the fires, if there were any. I love it. I just you were on the ground. You were boots on the ground. I had to like check in with you before we took a quick break. And we are gonna do that. We're gonna stick with us. We're gonna be back with everyone's favorite segment. We're gonna name our weekly best 11 and attacking third. So stick with us after a quick break. All right, welcome back to Attacking Third. You're just in time for your favorite segment, the Attacking Third Team of the Week segment. We are going to somehow, some way, try to limit 300 something players, multiple performances throughout the week into 11 ideal players for our Team of the Week. And we're also going to name Coach of the Week, and we are also going to name an honorary captain. We like to have fun with that kind of stuff. And shout out to our producer, Mark. He likes to shake things up sometimes, make sure folks aren't always choosing the same position. And so as a belated birthday gift to Aaron, he's going to get to go first. Aaron's actually got defenders and the goalkeepers in this one. Kick us off, my guy.
All right. Well, let's start with goalkeeper, which was by far the easiest choice. Mandy McGlynn, Utah Royals. Surprise win over the Thorns. 11 saves. She was absolutely fantastic. We're going to move to right back. This is my one mandatory Gotham selection. Bruninia. I thought she was so good against Orlando. Just dangerous throughout. Really, really solid defensively. She made 3 out of 3 tackles. She's just a fun player to watch. She plays with a smile on her face. Center back, I'm going to go with calm and collected Haley Mace for KC. This was the defenders was a difficult one because it's such a subjective thing. I tried to look for players who kind of had good all around games. Courtney Peterson was my other center back. She got an assist from the corner. Had a good overall match. Unfortunate for them to concede that late goal, but she wasn't at fault for it. I went back and watched like 3 or 4 times to make sure before my pick. And then the last is Izzy Rodriguez, Casey Current. She had a really, really good all-around match. Got herself a goal, like a little Schross. But yeah, good all-around game, goal. They kept the clean sheet. So that is that's my 5.
All right, so McGlynn for GK. Bruninia,
Mace, Peterson, and Izzy Rodriguez.
I love it. I 2 KC defenders. I'm here for it. 2 KC defenders who are not Kayla Sharples, which says a ton about Kansas City's back line.
I was gonna say, and no Kayla Sharples. Honorary mention for Kayla Sharples because
thank you for your service
every week.
Yeah, she's in the running for Defender of the Year for sure.
Kara McKeon, she could have been in for she could have very easily been in. I hate these because I feel like I leave people out.
I was going to say Sam Staub. So I had McKeon and Sam Staub on my list as well. I mean, that goal line clearance for Staub was against her old team at Audi. Like there was just a lot of emotions in that game for Staub, and I think she handled herself and organized Chicago really well against Washington.
Yeah, I had Staub in mind as well. I just thought she had a great game. She's been having great games all year, again, in similar Jalen Howell fashion. Like maybe if Chicago's in a different position, what Sam Staub has been doing for Chicago this year off of an Achilles injury last year, just like not missing a step or a beat.
Anything,
incredible form. And again, like maybe if the table's different, she's getting different attention around her, maybe getting different looks, back in the national team. But it's crazy. I don't know if I want to shake yours up at all, Aaron. I'm content with it. I don't know if we've made a case for Sam Staub collectively between me and Lisa for you to take anyone out, but that's your prerogative, my guy.
I think I low-key do. I forgot that we have comments. I was looking through the comments. I do kind of want to put Tara McKeon in. I think she does deserve it. And I think we do have to mention Sharples again. Like we at least have to say her name again before we finalize.
This is hard. Let me tell you, this is so difficult. I say it's my favorite thing of the week because it is. I'm loving this, and shout out to clubs and players who are loving this too, because we see them giving love and and shouting us out and everything. But let me tell you,
I got a nice text from
It's
Lo
so
Labonta
hard.
earlier for shouting her out on the show.
Yeah, like
so-
it's so hard to make these decisions. We get players who are so happy to be
All
on
right.
it, and then when they're not on it, they're like,
So-
"Where am I?"
All right, Aaron, if you are putting McKeown in, who are you taking out to finalize it?
I'm gonna take out Courtney Peterson, I think.
All right,
Yeah,
I'm good with that. I'm
No
there for
disrespect
McKeown.
to anyone. That's like the overarching
Yeah.
disclaimer.
never any disrespect.
No, of course not, And I'm just always recapping it so that Mark, our producer, gets it down for us at the end. Okay, Lise, you got the midfielders in this one. What you got?
All right, guys. I'm definitely open to suggestions. This one was really hard for me. I think this was a tough week for midfielders because a lot of the games were back and forth and it switches in momentum. And when that happens, the midfield tends to get like whiplash a little bit. And players that actually put their foot on the ball and controlled the game. My first one is going to be a player that got to wear the captain's armband for the first time, Rose Lavelle. She had such good movements. I think that the combination of Esther and Lavelle is so good right now. With like the assist that Rose played to the little slip ball for Esther, I loved that one. I'm also going to go Taylor Flynn.
This was the first match back, I think, this season that Rose looked like Rose.
Yes, exactly. So that's why I threw her in here. I'm also going to go with Taylor Flint for Racing Louisville because she did get a goal for Louisville, a little head flicker, but I am just impressed with the way that Racing Louisville uses her on the ball because she has been a player that we have seen so many different phases of her game, whether she was just the flick on queen at San Diego, her time with the US, and now I think Bev Yanez has put Flint in the best position to succeed. And I'm loving watching her. So I'm going to go Taylor Flint. My last one I had was Lo Labonta for Kansas City.
I was going to yell it out if you didn't say her name, so we're all good. Yeah.
I tend to have recency bias, and I think there was some pretty good midfield play in this Angel City Bay game tonight. I do think that Madison Hammond is an underrated player for Angel City, and so I want to give her love and a shout out on this show because of the way that she has grown, her evolution in the NWSL, but her role with Angel City is to be a connector, to stop the transition from the opposition, to be the calming presence amongst all these young players for Angel City. And Hammond does that, but I'm going to give it to Lo Labonta because damn, that was a good game for Kansas City.
I'm cracking up. I'm cracking up at Philip Kim talking about friend of the show bias. Call it out, Philip. Incredible.
I am incredibly biased towards Lo Labonta. I will freely admit that. She is a friend of the family.
Yeah. I'm over here like
family.
I'm over here like friend. Our girl's got a show on here.
She's family, right?
She's our coworker.
She's our colleague, my guy. No, I love it. Oh my goodness. It's tough because I'm with you, Lisa. Like some of the games and their chaotic energy this year kind of lended itself to like who wants it, like who's gonna take it by the scruff of the neck, like who's gonna take control of this one. Like there was even a moment where I'm just like, maybe there's a little love we throw towards like Utah's way, like because I think at one point again,
okay,
Portland can get a little streaky, and I'm like, geez, like that midfielder kind of went a little bit missing. So I'm like, so who, like, maybe
I know, I did think of that, Sandra.
Yeah, so I'm like, I don't, but at the same time, it's again similar to the back line, like we just did right now. Like, who would you even take out at this point? Even if we had fun with it, we're like, okay, like so, like let's say we take out Low. Like I'm also just like, okay, if we take out Low, let's just put in Claire Hutton, and then it's just more like Kansas City Current stuff. It's just kind of like I don't know. So I don't know if I'm like too. I don't know if I'm too like maybe Jalen Howell. Like we had a lot of conversation around her, but again, I'm also like, who do you take out at this point?
And
Jalen Howell deserves a mention. Zornoza deserves a mention.
Yeah.
Zornoza played well this week. Zornoza always plays well, though.
Anyone out, though.
Zornoza always plays well for Utah. And I do like the shout for Jalen Howell. But no offense, Rose isn't getting taken out, and Gotham doesn't deserve to have two midfielders in.
That's fair.
That's my process of elimination there.
That's fair. I'm gonna let you keep it. I'm not. It's yours. So I'm not you know what I'm saying? I'm not here to be like, I mean, I'm definitely not taking out Taylor Flint. I think she's been incredible for racing. So like,
That would be a hilarious midfield, by the way. Taylor Flint and Lowe side by side.
That would be quite funny, actually. Would like to see it. Don't get any ideas, executives. Anyway, let's keep it moving. I had the honors of doing the attacking front line, getting forwards in this one. Look, goes without a doubt. I'm gonna like give props where props are due. Esther doing the thing, leading the Golden Boot race, back in front with a 12th goal in the regular season, helping Gotham get a much needed win because things were looking kind of grim there. Let's not act like they weren't. I also actually this is where I'm gonna give Utah some love. I'm gonna go ahead and say Kiki Ream on this best XI for sure. Team of the week honors to Kiki Ream because not only getting this game winner, but being the youngest NWSL goal scorer at 16 years and 53 days when she scored this game winner. I'm like, go off, Kiki Ream. Welcome to the league. Let's see more of it. Let's go. And honestly, when I saw that strike, I'm like, this might be team of the week worthy for me. And after having some time to sit with it, I'm like, let's go. So Utah's definitely getting some representation on this one. And come on, y'all. I was already gassing her up earlier in the show. Like, Chicago might be getting draws, so they're going to be getting wins in other ways. And I'm absolutely 100% putting Luz Mila on this front line. There's no way I was
easy work
out.
Easy work.
Was the easiest choice I could have made.
That's a good one.
Ridiculous form all month. Ridiculous form for Chicago and on the road in a tough place to play in Audi Field and making it look easy. Maybe somewhat foolish. Like how, like it was vintage. Just like Chicago was like, she's up there somewhere. Let's go. And that's exactly how they finished that goal. So, I don't know if you're taking anyone out or if you have anyone else to slot in, but I
don't have anyone to take out. I do think we should shout out friend of the show, Riley Tiernan. She had a really, really good match tonight.
Great game tonight for Tiernan.
Oh,
I like that shout.
Andrew Kennedy.
I'm like, yes, I agree with all of that. And I don't know if I want to move any of my forwards out.
Yeah, I don't either. Wait, who are your forwards? Ream?
Ream, Ludmila, and Esther.
Yeah.
Oh, Esther. I feel like shocked how many Gotham people we have in this list.
You didn't even need to add Hal. See, it's fine. You didn't even need to because we ended up getting Gotham players.
Darian's trolling us. She's like, no Hal. What's happening? No Hal. Not tonight.
Darian's in the chat. Look, this is how you know I haven't been on the show in so long. I can't even like interact with the chat right now if I wanted to. So hi D, miss you. Loved you on the call tonight. I tried my best. Wanted to get Hal. Like I'm trying. I needed you here, girl. What can I say? All right, we've got to pick a coach. Do we have any nominees?
Yeah, I do. Vlatko Andonovski. You clinched this early before September into
that's super
spot in the postseason. Yeah, absolutely, Vlatko.
Super easy. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have much of an argument here. I know we've said this, during certain stretches of the season. Maybe there's a little bit of chip on the shoulder kind of energy in this season for Vlatko and his coaching staff. But whatever it is, if it's chips, if it's dip, if it's a toasty beverage, whatever, like he's making it work. So congratulations to Vlatko Andonovski on clinching
kickoff coffee. He's making
there you
it work.
Go. Clinching a playoff spot before September even rolls in. Incredible stuff for Kansas City Current. Okay, honorary captain. We try to, think outside of the box with this type of stuff. I don't know if anyone's got any fun stuff or maybe it's another player.
I'm going to go with Ann Katzenberger for setting the clean sheet record for Gotham. That's my honorary captain.
Player pick. Okay. Lisa, you got anything out of the box?
Player pick. I don't know. I feel like you do, Sandra. Hit us.
You did look like you had something up your sleeve.
Yeah.
They're fun sleeves today too. Look, we said it's a holiday and if folks are joining us, it's Labor Day. So I think it's only right that we shout out the NWSLPA as honorary captains this week for doing doing the damn thing that they always do, advocating for players and making sure that they're taken care of and always priority. I think I will also kind of weave in the Black Women's Player Collective as well, also doing incredible work for players in this league, making sure that they are recognized and talked about and maintain their prominence in this league. So I'm going NWSLPA and Black Women's Player Collective.
Yeah, that's a really good shout. Absolutely. We're going to go with that one, but I am just going to give an honorary mention to the Kickoff Coffee team in Kansas City, because it's a player-owned coffee shop that opened their first brick and mortar Sunday. So if you guys are in Kansas City, if you ever make yourself there, go to did I call it Kickoff? I'm really sorry. It's Pitchside Coffee. It's Pitchside Coffee in Kansas City. I'm just not thinking straight, but it's player owned, player run, player started, and they opened their first store in Kansas City. So go check out Pitchside Coffee. Honorary mention, but I like the PA shout for our captain.
I think somehow, some magical way, we need to figure out how to get to Pitchside Coffee and do a live show. I'm just saying, we got to figure it out.
I need to try this coffee. Elizabeth Ball, Vanessa DiBernardo, Kristen Hamilton, Haley Mace, Desi Scott, Mallory Weber. Desi Scott was at the game this weekend in Kansas City to help with the opening of Pitchside Coffee. It's huge to have them there. They are.
I'm not a coffee drinker, and that's why I think I should go, because I'm just like, listen, I've heard a lot of incredible things about here, and I'll try anything. Maybe they'll make me, they'll convert me to a coffee drinker. I don't know. We'll see. I love this though. This is fun. This is always my favorite part of the week, Lisa. It's great to be back. Missed everybody. Missed everybody's happy smiling faces. Miss talking about ball, NWSL, and all that comes with it. Any final thoughts from anybody?
Oh no, I'm happy to be here with you all. I'm a little tired though, so I'm ready to go.
I said it. Hardest working woman in the business that I know. Lisa Carlin, folks. My day
happy
one.
To Aaron, the day with you guys.
Yeah, happy belated again to you, my guy.
Happy birthday!
Thanks everybody for joining us tonight on a Monday night. Y'all are some sickos, but we're just happy that you're here. And if you want to stay tapped in, don't worry, we got you. Attacking Third will return tomorrow, September 2nd at 11 a.m. Eastern, right here on YouTube, back with me, Jen Beatty, and Jordan Angeli. So see you mañana, I guess, because if you're here, you're already there, technically. Some places it's already tomorrow. So we'll see. So thanks, everybody, for joining us. Make sure you follow Attacking Third wherever you get your podcast. Go ahead, leave us a 5-star rating and review. We're available on youtube.com/Attacking Third. Catch us on the CBS Sports Golazo Network for all your women's football coverage. From our producer, Mark, Sandra, Aaron, and Lisa, this was Attacking Third. Thanks for being here.